Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special interview with the band known as Yuuf. I'm Ben Charles, the host of the Musical Circle, as always, with all of you. Hopefully, all of you are enjoying yourselves, and we're going to interview these amazing musicians, amazing gentlemen right here. This is Olive Guard, I understand. Hopefully, I got that pronounced. He is the drummer for the band Yuuf, along with Hugo, Katu, I believe I pronounced that correctly. So he is the guitarist actually for Yuuf as well, the lead guitarist. Gentlemen, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. So, as Ben said so kindly, I am Ollie or Oliver. I'm Danish, and yeah, I'm the drummer in Youth, which is a London-based project, which is where I met Hugo, who will now say his name for the fifth.
I'm Hugo. Kotu, so there was good pronunciation. I grew up in London, but I am originally French, and I play the guitar. And honorable mentions to the two other band members who can't be here with us at the interview, but we've got also Andrew Hag, who's from Switzerland on handpan and percussion, and Anthony Boatwright, who is from the UK, who plays the bass.
They are great people. Anthony, and I understand they told me before this started, Andrin actually is traveling, actually, I understand, which is pretty nice to know. So the very first question for you guys, and it's a pretty simple question, so a little bit of an icebreaker here. How did the band originally form, and who came up with the name Youth instead of spelled like youth, like children, like that kind of thing? So I just wanted to understand, like, how did the band originally form?
So the very beginnings was during lockdown, which actually was just me and Hugo having some jams, and then then we started from there. But we only really became the band as we are now, maybe like a year later, I'd say, with Andrew and Anthony joining. Was like now we're proper it, as per the name. Youth actually, I came up with it. I wrote it down in my notes. I have like many words that I just like. Sometimes I just write them down. I don't know where it came from. It never to me necessarily meant youth, even though it sounds like the word youth. So I actually never heard that interpretation you just came, which is cool. That it's like a child writing the word youth, or like that's how it's pronounced. Maybe I'll steal that and say that that's how I wrote it. But no, it was not originally that. But I'm glad it's a open to interpretation word that has no inherent meaning, which I like, because then you can put to it whatever you wish.
That's pretty good. Go ahead, Hugo. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Ollie likes to create words, and he's got like notes of words he's created, and youth was one of them. And one day we were in a rehearsal space, and he looked at me while I was trying to play some weird riffs on guitar, and he was like, "This band is gonna be called Youth." And then I was like, "Okay, cool." I thought he was gonna go back and become a lawyer, so I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever."
That moment is actually on a recording. Like, we have a voice note recording of that, and then found out later that, obviously, as Hugo just said, I was meant to go back and study law because it was lockdown, so no music was happening. He just was like, whatever, it's never gonna happen. Didn't take it seriously. So we just kind of did some pretty bad jams after that, and then now we're here.
I don't know about bad jams, really, to be honest with y'all. So we're talking about like 2021 when you guys were like forming, I assume. This was around that time, or was it a different time? Was it before that?
The two of us, yeah. Or Ollie, were we jamming in 2020 maybe already? But probably 2021.
Maybe 2021, yeah. I don't, but all the four of us have known each other for years before that and studied together in London. So we've all been playing different music and each other's projects years before Youth became a thing. So we've been playing together. I mean, I think Hugo and Anthony probably the longest, been playing together since like 2017, which is like 6 years before Anthony joined or was part of the formation of Youth as it is now.
Yeah, and the four of us, the first time the four of us really got to play together was in 2022, in April, if I remember well.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. So 2022 was when it really started to really come together, and then y'all made your first single, "Good Days Ahead," if I'm not mistaken, right? And was that later?
So actually,
Yeah, it was
the
later.
Good Days Ahead, nice catch. Good Days Ahead is the first single we ever released, but that was when the band was just Ollie and I, and that was before the four of us had ever jammed together. So Ollie and I just wrote this song, recorded it at an older studio space that we haven't been to since, and we had released that song just for fun without overthinking anything. And then once the four of us played together for the first time, and then we played our first show, we were like, okay, let's do this seriously. And I believe it was in 2023 where we wrote and recorded our first EP in the sun in this studio that is behind me right now. And yeah, it was a bit of a slow process back then because we were trying to find the hours to just hang out. So we'd get 2 hours here and there every 2 weeks, and just try to ride for 2 hours, and then same for the recording process, basically.
Yeah, that's really good. I think y'all EP "In the Sun" in 2023, when that first release, how did you guys feel about the reaction you got? Because the reaction for that EP was really incredible. There's some songs on there I would like to mention to you guys. "Silky Spring" is on there. "Calzaghe" is one of them. "Lever du Sol" is one of them, and I forgot the last song on the album off the top of my head. If you all can remind me, that's fine. That's good as well. But I got most of the song on that "In the Sun" EP. You all should check it out also as well. So what led to like the reaction? Like, how did the reaction feel for you guys when that first dropped? Anyone of y'all?
I'll go. So obviously, whereas Good Days Ahead, we had no expectation. In the Sun, the whole EP with Silky Spring being the first single, in like February 2024, if I remember well, we were hoping for something to happen, anything, just a bit of attraction, because we were really pleased with our music. And luckily enough, we got picked up from day one by some, yeah, exactly. And on Instagram, and we were like the first song that he put on his reel, because he has like every Friday like new discovery weekly songs, and so his reel opened up with Silky Spring, and then he put it on top of his playlist as well. And but at that time he already had like a couple of hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, so instantly that just helped us just build a following. And we also had some amazing support from a local radio in London, BBC Radio 6, and that was a lot of it was done through our good friends at Brain Matters, who helped us basically promote the EP back then. Yeah.
And that was like the initial sort of single thing, and then after the EP came out, everything was going like pretty good, and we were very happy. And then we did the live session live in Surrey Hills, and then I think that's when like the switch really happened. Like, we could see in the first like few days it just started going up, and we were like, okay, this is a level of attention we've never had before, and it definitely sort of kickstarted a lot of where we are now. Like, I think that video really was a big moment for us, which is cool.
Yeah, I think so too. I think when that Force video dropped, when it released, I realized, I was like, these guys are going to be amazing. I got to ask this for everybody here listening in this interview, which I hope all of you are enjoying, by the way. How the hell did this happen? That's the best question I have, because there's no way the Force, like, how did this come about? Like, what led to the idea? Like, who gave the actual green light for this Forest live session? Like, you're by trees and you're by bushes and all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, how are y'all doing this? Go ahead.
I mean, this is where we have to give a massive shout out to our director of this video and the other two we did, Tom Ebank. I had been a fan of his work for a long time, and the four of us had talked that we want to record stuff in nature. We actually had already done it before, but with footage as it was never released. But So we already knew that that was something that we had, a concept we had tried, that we enjoyed, and we just wanted to take it to the next level. And we approached Tom, who's a very busy guy, a very talented guy. And, you know, we obviously had very little budget, and we pitched him the idea, and he was like, look, just because I like the music, we'll make it happen. So he's a real legend. And he basically, we just said, we want to play our EP in the forest. And he was like, cool, I'm going to handle everything. So he handled all the logistics. He found the spot. He did the location scouting, talked to the local people who are taking care of the forest to get the authorization to film there. And then we were just incredibly lucky with the weather. It was an absolutely gorgeous day, and it wasn't too warm as well. So yeah, everything about that day just flowed incredibly well. It's one of those moments that is just magical, you know, and you don't realize it during the moment, but looking back at it, you're like, you know, we've done other live sessions and everything, and it was just, everything flowed perfectly that day. So yeah, it was kind of a line in the start to have this beautiful video. But yeah, a lot of the credit is to Tom Eubank.
My God, man! Shout out to Tom Eubank, because that was amazing. You guys did a Mount Sava live session as well. You guys did a video there. Did the process, was it the same, or was it entirely different for that video?
So yeah, we did one for Almaskov and Mount Sava, both of them in Crete, and actually pretty much the same, to be honest. We had an idea of the worlds we wanted to portray. We wanted the mountain desert vibe, and we wanted the more jungle green thing. And we told that to Tom, and we were like, we want to do those two within like 1 week in one place. Where should we go? And then he was like, Crete. And then he just went there, found the places, talked to the local people, made sure everything was, you know, above board. We wasn't disturbing anyone, and everything was good. And then yeah, he made it happen again. Like I think we do the music very well, and he does the visual art and direction incredibly well, truly.
I think so too. I think you guys like pretty much nailed it with those live sessions. If you all have not checked it out, it's on YouTube as well. So I want to give you all a little bit of context behind this, because like these are soundscapes and everything, which are pretty amazing, really, to look at, and they're really cool to look at too. And I got another question for you guys. How do you guys deal with international audiences? I understand you guys recently were in China and Japan touring, and also you guys were also in a couple of other places in North America as well, which you all will be heading back to North America next month, I understand. And I think tomorrow you guys will be performing in Brighton, I believe, in England, I understand, right? Which I pretty much got everything down. But how do you guys deal with international audiences?
It's funny, right? Like, because as you just mentioned, we've just come back from China, and we've done a lot of North America. We've done a lot of Europe, and there's so much different stuff to enjoy about different audiences and the vibes that they have. Like, it's all of them are great. Like, there's no audience that are not great. They're just so different. Like the audience in China, you can tell that they have like they really want to consume very attentively, and they want to make sure that they don't, for instance, clap in the wrong places or anything. And then you go to America, and everyone wants to consume but also partake. So they're way more likely to dance or maybe shout or interact with you on stage. It's like a different energy, and both of those are amazing in their own right. Yeah, I think that's kind of how I feel about them. It's always fun exploring new sort of crowd feelings, you know.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think when you guys went to China and Japan, you know, those audiences, they're going to be more focused on the music. But in America and also in Europe, they kind of want to be, you know, a part of the music and everything, which is pretty noticeable for a lot of musicians and everything like that. So it's pretty cool, the fact that you all got a good reaction out of it, because, you know, they normally, those kind of bands really don't get the kind of like credit they deserve and that sort of thing. So it's like, you all definitely killed those performances. I have another question also involving y'all creative process. So I understand you all have a monthly rotation as a part of your monthly, like basically you will all pick out songs from your your rotation, like each of you differently pick out a song. So how did that come about? And what is the process behind making not only music but also making different kinds of like jam sessions and that sort of thing? So, like, what kind of music do you all play, and how did this come about?
Yeah, I think with the monthly rotation thing is we just with the project, and anytime we play live shows or just in general, a lot of people ask us what are your influences, and so we thought that the best way to share our influences would be that each month the four of us choose 4 tracks that we really enjoy and just put it on that monthly rotation so that we can share those influences, because every month the four of us are listening quite different artists, and it's really fun actually to discover, what is Ollie listening to this month and all that. So I'd say, yeah, it's a great way for us to share our influences with the audience who want to know more about where the music comes from. And then as far as the creative process, it's always different from song to song. Sometimes Ollie will come to the rehearsal room and be like, yeah, I've been working on this drum beat, let's try to write a song. That's how like Orkan Bloom started, for example. In Mount Sava, sometimes Anthony will come in with a bass riff. That's how Night Air happens. Sometimes I'll come in with like some guitar melodies, or Andrew on the handpan, or like stuff that he sings on. So everyone has ideas, which is the ultimately the most amazing thing about this band, is that it truly feels like there is no one really leading. It really feels like everyone is contributing creatively. And sometimes it might be that on a song, sometimes, someone might take more of the back seat and then they might lead another song a bit more. So it really does depend, which I think is a strength for us, and makes us a real band in that sense, which is fun, really fun dynamic to be in.
I also think that we have like quite a strong sense that we don't want to create songs where any of us feel uncomfortable or don't enjoy certain parts of the songs, so that all of us with all of our songs can look at them and go, yeah, I'm happy with this song. I'm happy to be playing it, because we're hopefully going to be playing these for many years. And sometimes if you just, I feel like a lot of the time we'll be in the writing process and we'll have like quite opposite opinions. But then rather than just like flipping a coin or being like, okay, you get this one or you get this one, we just keep grinding till we find like something in between or something completely different that everyone is happy with.
But that's well said, Ollie. I hope all of you understand where he's coming from, because like they want to do music, so it's not like they don't want to do music. It's just the process that goes into it. So a lot of you may understand that they also have different people they play. In their monthly rotation, they had Rolling Stones. They had Barney Kessel, I believe. He's a guitarist, by the way. They had this jazz drummer, Billy Cobham, I understand, the song Heather. How did y'all find those particular songs, and like, how did y'all get inspired by that?
Ben, I can see that you like my music taste, because you only chose songs that I put on there. But I can give you a quick rundown of them. The Rolling Stones songs is because I'm a huge fan of the Rolling Stones. I grew up on them, and that album Exile on Main Street is for me underrated, and there's a lot of hidden gems on it. The Billy Cobham song, I think I don't know how I discovered it, if I'm going to be honest, but I just remembered being really in awe with it. And obviously he's an amazing drummer, and funny enough, the mixing of it is like the drums are really low in the mix, which I thought was also quite interesting. And the other song, I also always forget how to pronounce the artist's name, but basically that guitar, I think on the second verse, was sampled by Jay Dilla in a Slum Village song called The Look of Love as well. So that song is also called The Look of Love. And then when I found out the sample was there, I just fell in love with the song. Yeah, you chose 3 of the songs that I chose, so that's funny.
Well, there's plenty more. I mean, I got the list right here. I could have named like a whole entire list, but I didn't want to make it too boring or anything, so I just stuck with those.
It's quite funny for the film as well, because you can see like which months we're like in an electronic mood or in like a rocky mood or like a bossa nova or something. Like it really sometimes with the seasons you can see how how much dark and sad music we all listen to compared to like the summer, and I'm like, hey, let's do some dance music or something. It's pretty funny.
But I think it's also because of y'all creative process as well, which also involves, you know, different kinds of music. Because on my show, Musical Circle, by the way, we play like all kinds of stuff. We recently played jazz, we play indie, we play rock music, we play dance music, pop music, electronic music, you know, underground music, independent music, and that sort of thing. So we have a very wide range of music we play on the show. And I feel like it's very important that we convey this. We say this to all of you because, you know, like the process of being not only a musician is really, it takes a lot of time to really even get all of that. So I also want to ask, has there been any music you all have been listening to regularly? Like name any musician and kinds of music that inspire like Yuuf. Like basically, I just want like outside of the monthly rotation.
That's a tough one. I don't know if we have one unifying artist that we all listen to, but I feel like the for me, like an album I always return to is the Get Gilberto album, which is just like the ultimate vibes album. I don't know. I feel like that's one where you just drop into a world that both has these like beautiful ballads, but also sort of some groove to it. And that I like, if we could ever make a record that someone, what, like 80 years later would listen to every year and be like, yeah, this is fresh, then I'd be very, very happy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I think also with the you know, different kinds of music, they all have different ways of going about it. And also with like I get inspired by different people every day with pop music and electronic music and all of that stuff. I listened to recently Sienna Spyro. She is a British singer, I understand. She's a great singer. There's this song she has called The Visitor, which I've been playing in my rotation. And then there's another song by the singer D'Angelo with what, Spanish Joint. I've been playing that as well. That's a great album. Voodoo by D'Angelo is a very good album. And then I've also been playing like electronic music like Daft Punk and basically Daft Punk, and also Mod Joe as well. I just played Mod Joe on my last episode, which was No More Tears, I understand. That's a good song. It's an electronic song as well. So I just wanted to get that out there. But Hugo, do you have any songs and musicians do you know, play in your spare time?
Yeah, it as Oliver says, like it's always changing. It's always constantly changing. But at the moment, I've been revisiting some stuff that some guitarists that I used to absolutely love when I was like 17, 18. And I'm just re-listening to the Hendrix and the Stevie Ray Vaughan records. And I think being in Texas also made me want to re-listen to some Stevie Ray Vaughan because he's the Texas king of the blues out there, isn't he? So so it's been really fun listening to those guys. But yeah, otherwise it's always changing. It's always changing for sure.
Yeah, I think so as well. Speaking of Texas, we have met. The state of Texas is in the United States, for those of you wondering. So we met over there. How did you guys feel when y'all met me? Because I was nervous when I first met y'all. Like when I saw y'all in person, I was so nervous. I swear on everything I own. Like I literally had like goosebumps like coming up my arms. I was trying not to be like so much of a fan, but at the same time, like I couldn't help myself in a way, like in a way. So I just want to know, how did you guys feel when you all met me, and just go from there.
I mean, I think we felt great. I think the energy was amazing. The background of that event was that we were playing right in that was at the University of Houston downtown, and we did a live session, and we spoke to a bunch of students, and it was a very beautiful day. Big shout out to Spencer from University of Houston downtown for making that happen. It was great, and yeah, I think they're the greatest the overall word for that.
I remember Ben, because we properly met after we played the show, but during the show, I remember just watching you in the crowd. You were like, yeah, and you were loving it, and I was speeding up from that energy. I was like, this guy is cool. I like him a lot. And then it was really fun to hang out afterwards and talk and about music and stuff. I remember it was a really fun time to hang out.
Yeah, it really was. So you guys played on that live session. You all played the song Alma's Cove, I understand, which is one of your most popular songs at the moment. It has like 2 million streams on Spotify, nearly close to 2 million streams on Spotify. I'd like to correct myself. And then there's YouTube as well. There's a lot of plays over there on YouTube Music as well. So a lot of you really like their music and everything. So I want to know, how did you guys know Alma's Cove was going to really make things easier for you guys, and how did it make it like into the algorithm per se? Like how did it get popular, to make a long story short?
It's magic. No one knows. That's the honest answer. Is you can do your best, you can hope and pray, but honestly, yeah, do your best and then put it out there. Hopefully, if you resonate with your own music, I think it's likely that other people will too. Not saying that I'm someone that sits at home and just listens to my own music, but I also I do think it's important that you can enjoy it yourself. But I truly think that there is no one way of predicting that something's going to work. Like right now, I think it's interesting looking at the band from Canada, Enchaîne des Poitrines, who did like a KEXP session doing, it's a duo doing math rock metal, and it's just exploded in popularity. I can almost bet you anything that no one in the music world could have predicted that. If you'd gone and played that album to them a month before that KEXP blew up, everyone would be like, oh, this is clearly very good music, but it's very niche. It's never going to reach a wider audience. They're not going to, maybe commercially it's too weird. And then boom, it's there. It's happened. Easy. Like so many things like that happen. I think the truth is you can't know. Do your best and hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Do the best and hope for the best. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good answer. So how did the song I'm On, it's also on that same EP, this came out in 2025, I believe. Hopefully I got that right. And then I think with the Iman song, like there's a song I'm On, and then there's Open at Noon as well, which is also on there as well. How did those come about, and how did you guys decide the track list for that particular EP?
I think go on, Hugo.
No, go for it.
All right. I think with both the two EPs that came out, Mount Sava and Alma's Cove, so the overall idea was to have a universe that people could dive into and maybe play them a bit like a movie, which often results in, I think both of them open with like the softest tracks of the whole EP, and then gradually it sort of comes in waves, which boils down very practically to some way a tip that we learned from my dad many years ago, which is when compiling a set list, which is in many ways essentially what an EP is, a set list for a live thing, is you play 2 fast, 1 slow, or 1 slow, 2 fast. I don't know. It's like you have a movie, you have certain acts in a movie. I think we think about it in a similar way. You want to tell a story. I think all art boils down to storytelling. Painting, music, theater, film. It's all storytelling, really.
That's a good point. I think your perspective on this is actually well appreciated. And I think the storytelling in music is very important for a lot of people because people want to really enjoy the story and also want to experience certain things that maybe at times they didn't get the chance to do so. I try to do that with my musical circle show as well, which has been amazing over the past couple of years now. It's been an amazing experience. You know, so many people have been listening to the show. They love the show and everything. It's been a lot of fun, and musical circle is really going to make things like easier for everybody because not only we play different kinds of music, but we also play like just people who are underground and unknown and everything like that. So when did you all know Iman was going to make an impact? Like, how did y'all know the song was going to take off along with Alma's Cove and all of that?
I think it comes back to what Ollie was saying. we didn't know. we did our best. Again, quoting Ollie, and we hope for the best. And luckily, our best is a song that people really seem to enjoy, and we love it too. You know, when we wrote Iman, we were so proud of it. We were so excited for it. We just wanted it to reach a wide audience, and then when it came out and then people starting to like really appreciate it, and then obviously it did well on streaming for our level and all of that, it was you know, it was incredible for us to see the reaction. But you know, Ollie and I, we're like brothers. You know, we are constantly communicating, and I am usually the overthinker, and Ollie is without it sounding bad, but like the chiller guy, underthinker, you know. So it happens often that a week before releasing, I'll call Ollie and I'll be like, "What if no one loves it? What if no? What if?" And it's like, "It's fine. It's our music, I know." But Ollie, you know, he's like, "Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be what it'll be." And then, look, people seem to enjoy it. So Ollie was right. It's all good.
So far, let's see. One day it's all going to come. But at least we didn't worry about it.
Come on, guys! Don't sell yourself short.
Nah, we wouldn't be here if we didn't believe in it.
That's true. That's true. So, Mount Sava, y'all other EP, which also came out earlier this year in 2026. You guys have a song on there called Moon Dive, and then there's another song called Night Air. How did that come about, and what led to these songs? What led to the songs being played, and how did people react to those two particular songs? Also, there's another one called Mesa Mesa, also that got a lot of plays as well. So, how was y'all reaction when you guys noticed Mesa Mesa or Mount Sava was going to take off, and how did you guys feel?
I think Mount Sava is quite an interesting one compared to Alma's Cove, just in terms of maybe the energies that they have. And I think what we found because we kind of wrote them at the same time, the two EPs, and that the Mount Sava was also based on a slightly more gritty, rocky, more energetic feeling. And I think, again, it's like with Mesa Mesa, we just found out that it was really fun playing something that was way heavier, maybe, than what we'd done up until then. And having that audience interaction that's kind of like, yeah, you know, we're gonna go, it's gonna go down now, you know, which is it's pretty fun. Again, it's hard to tell at any point when something is gonna quote unquote go off, but like we're happy with where it is and where it's going. I don't know. Do you have anything to add to that, Hugo? I'm not sure I answered any questions.
Yeah, it's again, you know, when we release a song, do your best, hope for the best. But what's fun with this EP is because we're trying slightly different color palettes. That I believe Moon Dive, we've only started to tour it this year. Sorry, while most of these songs we've been touring for a while. And for example, playing Moon Dive to an audience at first, it's a bit daunting because it's a very quiet song, and it really requires the audience to focus on the band and to focus on the music, not speak, which can be a daunting thing to do at a show. But every time we've played it, it seems like people are really connecting to it. Sometimes even receiving messages the next day being like, Moon Dive was the best part of the show, because they were really able to, I don't know, just maybe forget their worries for a second, which is hopefully what we're able to achieve as a live band, make people forget their problems and enjoy the moments. And Moondive seems to be one of those songs that people can connect to somehow, which is fun.
Yeah, I feel like I've connected to it as well with all of the amazing songs. There's a lot of good songs that I can really possibly mention, but I got to ask a very funny question. Who came up with the bow thing on the song Kalima? Because when you guys play it live, there's like this strange bow, like you all like it's almost like Anthony or somebody, like y'all pull it out of somebody's pocket and like you just play it on this I believe this cello or a violin. It's not a violin, but I feel like it's like a cello kind of sort of thing. Who came up with that idea?
Yeah, so it was all me. I'm joking. It's not true. So Anthony on bass, he plays the cello bow, as you've correctly noted, but on the bass. So he kind of created his own technique after watching cello players, and he was like, I want to do that on the bass. And he figured out on his own how to play a cello bow on the bass. And it took a second for him to figure out, but it's been a few years now that he's been training and figuring out his technique and practicing. And now he sounds like a cello, and then he puts it through his own bass pedals. And it's quite extraordinary what he can do with his bass and not sound like a bass. So yeah, it's all him.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was like somebody like from the fans. I thought somebody literally said like across the street, like, "Hey, do this random thing with the cello and do like a bow and try your very best." That kind of thing. I didn't know it was actually his idea. I thought it was somebody else's idea, which is pretty cool. So I have another question involving you guys's music taste. Like I want to get everyone to know everybody. Like, so I assume Ali is the quiet one, right? He's more the calm one, so I have a question. So who is the quietest and who's the loudest from like each group member? Like just name, like go in order. Like there's Andrin, there's Anthony, obviously Hugo, and then there's Ali, who's like probably the quietest one here. But but just go in order. Like give me like from like the first person to the last.
And you mean like personality wise, like the quietest?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, Hugo, do you wanna try to do that list?
Yeah, sure. I think the fact that Ollie and I I think we are the loudest.
For sure.
Both of us.
Easily.
We
Wow, okay.
enjoy being loud, which is maybe obnoxious for some people, but that's why our friendship works very well. So we can be loud together.
Andrew as well sometimes. I feel like the only one I can say for certain is that Anthony's probably the quietest. That's the only one I can actually place and be 100% sure we'd all agree. I do think in terms of doing silly stuff and being loud, maybe Anthony can compete there as well, actually. I don't know. I feel like none of us are like classic quiet people. I don't know.
On stage, I'd say like usually Ollie, Andrew, and I are quite loud. We like to, interact. And Anthony is, I'd say the more likes to be a bit more reserved. But behind closed doors, the four of us, we're very loud people, and we like to make a lot of jokes. And it's constantly just one joke rolling into the other, or one funny situation into the other, which is a good thing. Yeah.
Do you have some examples, Hugo? You want to?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell a story. Just tell a story. Just go ahead.
A story? Which story? I don't know.
Just tell me any funny situation that just came up out of the blue, and you all just had a good time with it. You all have to be appropriate here. So
Exactly. That's why I need to find a good one.
Go ahead. Take your time. Just take your time.
I have some, but I'd rather keep them private.
Yeah, the whole
okay.
Yeah,
all right, that's
joke
fine.
was to try and make you uncomfortable, Hugo, and I think it worked. So
all right. No. You don't got to tell me. You don't got to tell me. It's fine. It's fine. So I have another question involving the actual future of the band Youth. I understand you all have been trying to put out newer music as well, which you have actually previewed for other people, while touring, actually, while you guys were in North America and also in China, in Japan, in Europe as well, in the United Kingdom as well. So how did you guys feel when you guys gave a little bit of a sneak peek into the new songs, and what kind of new songs we're going to be looking for as you all continue on this musical journey?
I think maybe it will be very interesting. We're in the middle of writing right now, and we have a bunch of new songs that we're very excited about. But I think we're maybe approaching writing in a slightly different way than we have in the past right now. Right now, we're kind of just writing and letting inspiration take us wherever we want, which is really interesting to see. And as for the new songs as well, we go all the way from really quiet ambience to maybe the hardest we've been yet. So I don't know. Expect the unexpected, the worst answer I could give you. But there you go. You have something, Hugo?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Hugo. All right. Well, Hugo's pretty normal. He's gonna be pretty calm over here. So anyway, so what makes you guys unique in a way? Like I understand you all combine indie, rock, a little bit of psychedelic music as well, a little bit of like instrumental, like you guys do everything all combined into one. Like you are like people are thinking, oh, you guys are jazz fusion. Y'all are not jazz fusion. Y'all are entirely different things. So I want to make things clear. So why did you guys feel like these genres all combine into one, and what makes it so special?
First of all, thank you. It's a big compliment that you say that we are all these things combined. It's very sweet of you. So yeah, hopefully we are. But to answer your question, I don't think we've ever set out to be like write a song. I mean, like this is the type of song we want to write. I think our ideas come from our inspiration, whether it's new music we're listening to or just something that happened in our life that inspires us. And then we just let the music just take its course and see where it gets us. And I think this is what's quite fun. We're an instrumental band, so obviously we know that we're not going to have a singer, and maybe that's the only restriction we have so far, that we don't sing. But within that limitation, then we can access so many different palettes of sounds. And yeah, we enjoy so many different types of music that I guess we want to try to make so many different types of music, all within hopefully the same universe. Yeah, don't know if that answers your question properly, but yeah.
Well, I think it does. It's fine. I also want to ask we're going to play a little game here. We're going to make things more exciting here. So it's a little bit of this or that. So it's going to be like, it's kind of like a would you rather kind of thing. So it's going to be one way, and then I ask this, and then I ask that, basically, long story short. So we're going to start with a couple of questions, if you all don't mind. So the first one is live show or privately?
What do you mean by privately?
Basically, like jam session.
Ooh.
Oh, live show for me.
Yeah.
For me, live show.
Yeah, I'll go live show too. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Coffee or energy drinks?
Oh, coffee.
Coffee.
Okay, that's a good one.
Coffee. We're big coffee people with Ollie, especially Ollie.
Okay, that's a good one. So vinyl or streaming?
It's tough.
I'm gonna go streaming, just because you can listen to so many different music so conveniently. Right. But I do have a pretty big vinyl collection at the same time on like Sunday afternoons when I want to take it slow and listen to a record through and through,
I feel like for convenience, definitely streaming. For like the experience of being a music lover and someone that appreciates and wants to support artists, 100% vinyl. The fact that you can hold your music library in your hand and you can read, like, some of these old jazz records is like a whole book you can read on the back. That piece of music and culture is amazing. But if I could only have one, it would be streaming, man. I can't be listening to my records while I'm cycling around London, you know?
And we don't advertise people doing that, cycling around London while listening to music.
That is very true. Don't cycle in London if you can help it, guys. It's not good.
Oh. Oh man, very interesting advice. That's all I will say. Very interesting. So another question really quickly. I'm going to ask you all this. So what makes a musician? Like, you all play, you guys are inspired by jazz musicians and everything. So I want to know, what are your favorite jazz musicians? What are your favorite kind of jazz bands, jazz groups? And you know, you can give like maybe a couple, you can give me maybe 5, but what are your favorite jazz musicians, since you guys are inspired by so many different kinds of music, like indie music and jazz music as well?
It's a tough one because, like, I do love jazz, and I go through periods sometimes of listening to jazz. But I don't know if you can see my hat right now, but like the last 2 months, I've been listening almost exclusively to post-punk.
Really nice.
Yep. So I've been listening to my cap is a band called Viagra Boys, a Swedish band, and there's a Scottish band called Idols. And again, I think it comes back to the whole thing I was saying before, where like the art of anything is storytelling, and jazz or post-punk can both tell stories very effectively. For jazz, you know, like I was saying before, Getz Gilberto, some of the most amazing ones for Hugo was put the Billy Cobham drumming on there. There is so much good stuff everywhere, but I don't know. I don't feel like jazz speaks to me more than post-punk, to be honest. I feel like they can all speak to me at an equal level. I don't know if that probably doesn't answer your question, but I'll let you talk about
it does. No, it does. It's not like I'm saying no over here. No, you can answer your question any way you want. No problem. No problem. Go ahead, Hugo.
Yeah, I love all style of music. I've definitely had to have some moments where I'm really listening to a bit of jazz. I passed my baccalaureate listening to Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. You know, a bit of a classic album, but that was when I discovered the album and I loved it. So there was quite a bit of Miles Davis. On the guitar end, Joe Pass is great. Same for Wes Montgomery, and then one of my favorite jazz albums, I'd say, is the Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong collaboration they have. And I think I've rinsed that. All classics, but hey, they're classic for a reason. It's because it's good. So yeah.
Right. So Hugo, you mentioned you have a huge vinyl collection earlier on, and I just wanted to give you all a little bit of an idea of give the audience like who is in this vinyl collection. Like I can tell by the way your collection sounds, it sounds like you have a lot of great taste. So I kind of want to give the audience an idea. So what's in your vinyl collection?
Well, the first vinyl I bought was Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. So that's that.
Ooh, the good one.
That's nice.
That's a good one.
Now my mom just bought me very sweet the latest Tom Misch record, the Full Circle, which is very sweet. She just gave it to me yesterday, actually, so that was sweet. And then in between all of that, there's quite a bit of classic rock, like the Stones, Led Zepp, Jimi Hendrix. There's quite a lot of blues, Freddie King, Albert King, B.B. King, SRV. There's definitely some jazz in there, Miles Davis, as I had mentioned, and some Wes Montgomery records. There's some funk, some James Brown, the Crusaders, the Sissy Struts. Yeah, I don't know it. And then there's like some obscure records that I got from, I forgot the names, but sometimes when finding a cool record, I don't know, I've got like a Hawaiian record with like some surf guitars. I've got some cool Turkish records that actually a fan gave us in Toronto. yeah, some cool like South American record. I think a few from like Peru. So yeah, just good fun. I don't know. The list goes on. And Ollie, I know, has a lot of stuff too. Ollie has a lot of Frank Ocean bootlegs. Now that's something that Ollie
can't tell anyone.
You can't tell. They're not bootlegs. They're real.
Okay. I was like, what? What are you talking about? But anyway, I'd like to show you all something, by the way. You know what's funny? When you mentioned that Billy Cobham album, you know what's funny? I actually have this. What I'm holding right now, ladies and gentlemen, the actual album, Crosswinds, Billy Cobham. This has the back of it. Guess what it has on it? Heather. That's right. That's where this album is from. That's where the song is from. And I got it. You know how much it cost me? £4. That's how much it cost me. So pretty cheap, but it's a steal. It's great. Nice. I also have another vinyl, which I'm going to hold in my hand right now. It is this album. It's called 4 by Foreigner. A lot of you may not be familiar with Foreigner, but we have played a lot of Foreigner on this show. We've played Waiting for a Girl Like You. We've played Urgent. That's a good one. It's a rock album, but it's Urgent. Girl on the Moon is really good. There's so many good stuff on this. So if you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. So yeah. So I do have a nice little vinyl collection of my own, to be fair. So I have another question, and then we're going to wrap this up here on the Musical Circle, which I hope all of you are enjoying this interview with Yuuf, with Hugo and Ollie. I want to ask you all this. With this new music, like, what is the future goals for Yuuf? Like, how do you guys want to expand, and how will you reach to a bigger audience?
We're gonna go into space, and we're gonna construct a big screen, and then we're gonna play live, so everyone on Earth can see it at the same time.
Whoa, wait. Wait, you're gonna go into space?
That's the plan. Hopefully.
He's messing with you.
We're going to space.
Yeah, we need to find the funding to go to space. If anyone knows.
Do you have a friendly neighborhood billionaire? No, but to be real, I think we all want to play to as many people as we can, see as much of the world as we can, and continue making music that we love and share it with the world. I think that's kind of the goal.
Just touring,
right.
Playing some cool festivals. Hopefully, get like a tiny desk. You know, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Meet our heroes. Maybe tour with some of our heroes. That'd be great. Like opening for them for a few months. That's, you know, we got to do that with Skin Shape recently, and that was a blast. And hopefully, we get to do more of these.
Visit the moon.
Yeah, I think it's great. I also have a couple of other things as well I would like to ask, but we're going to wrap this up. So you guys are going to be performing in Montreal, I understand, in July. And also you guys are in Brighton, England tomorrow. Let them know where you guys can find them. Basically, you all can find them on all social media platforms, X, Instagram, YouTube, and also a pretty good tool as well. You all can find the band Yuuf. You all can find them over there. So let them know. So let everyone know, like, where can they find you guys?
So we don't have an X, I think. Pardon
me then.
That's all right. I think Instagram is our most sort of used channel that we have, and it's Yuuf, YUUF.official. And then YouTube as well is a big community for us, where we love to engage with everyone. Yeah.
And our website, yuufband.com, so YUUFband.com. You can also through there join our WhatsApp community, which is basically a bunch of people who just want to come and have a chat about music. They go on the WhatsApp community, and we usually respond, do our best to be active there and just talk to whoever wants to talk about music, basically. So yeah. we try to answer anyone who has any type of question. So if you do, don't be shy. Say hi.
All right, everyone. Man, this has been a lot of fun doing this interview. This has been amazing. This is Hugo, who is the guitarist on the band Yuuf, and Ollie, who's the drummer. Andrin, I believe, is the percussion and handpan guy as well. Also, shout out to him. He's not here today, but we wish he was here. And then Anthony, obviously, the other bass player we were talking about earlier, the one with the bow on Kalima. That's him, basically, on the live shows. You all can catch them tomorrow in Brighton, England. Remind me of the place you guys are going to be performing at again tomorrow.
It's called Beach House Session. It's like a live session. It's a new YouTube channel that just started, and it's very limited tickets, and it's going to be like a taping. We're just playing a few songs. It's going to look wonderful. They have some really lovely live sessions there.
Also, quickly, we're doing 3 dates in the States next month. 7th, we're playing Washington, D.C. 8th, we're playing Burlington. And 9th, we're playing Portland, Maine.
Wow. That's very interesting. And you all can catch them, on all streaming platforms as well, on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, and many other platforms as well. I'd like to give a special thank you to the band Yuuf, Ollie, the drummer, and Hugo, the guitar player, and also shout out to Andrin, the percussion, and Anthony on the bass side of things, the bass player on the guitar as well. So shout out to all of those guys who cannot be here today, but it is very fitting that Hugo and Ollie were here today, and we were going to wrap up this interview here as a part of the Musical Circle. I'm Ben Charles, the host, and I will see you all next time, Thursday, Musical Circle, episode 115, that will be released to all of you, and hopefully maybe a couple of surprises may be in store. Maybe Yuuf may be playing on that. Maybe different kinds of music may be played. Who knows? We can find out. But anyway, we'll see you all next time, and thank you all for listening to this interview, and we are out of here.